Time now for Better Money Boston, here with Nick Colantuono. He's a certified financial planner at Johnson Brunetti. You've probably noticed fraudsters, scammers, they're getting better and better. I want to talk about identity theft with you, Nick, because we do not want to be a victim, do we?
We certainly don't, and it is becoming more and more prevalent in today's society. I'm sure we're all in a scenario where we're looking at our email inboxes every day and there's something that just seems a little too good to be true, let's put it that way. There are a number of different things that you should do when you find yourself in a scenario like that.
Okay, let's talk about those. What's the very first thing we should do?
Well, God forbid you do find yourself with a stolen identity. It's very important, Megan, to just not panic. It might feel like things are spiraling out of control, but taking a step back, taking a deep breath, and really going through this checklist with a level head is so important.
Okay, who do we reach out to first?
First off, financial institutions. If you're working with an advisor, reach out to your advisor. If you've got accounts with banks or credit unions, it's certainly important to get them aware of what the situation is and just make sure that they are not disclosing any information to anyone other than you when it comes to your accounts.
Do credit agencies play a role here?
They certainly do, and I think it's a good practice to become familiar with the idea of freezing your credit report, even if you don't have any major purchases planned, or maybe if you do, it's a good thing to just put a freeze on those reports with different credit agencies.
That's smart. And if you're like me, you hate to have to remember a million passwords, but what about all those PINs and passwords, Nick?
Yeah, life is very easy when our passwords are just the same for every account we have, but that's a very dangerous thing because one leak in the foundation means that everything could become subject to fraud.
Okay, let's go back to that credit report. You said put a freeze? Is that what I heard you say?
Yeah, absolutely. And what that does is whenever a credit inquiry is made on your account, you have to be the one to call and say, yes, this is a legitimate credit inquiry that I'm making, unfreeze my credit, and then you would just have to call back a day or two later to freeze it again.
Okay. So, Nick, you've really opened our eyes here when it comes to our finances, protecting that. But also, we need to be protecting our retirement. You have a free book. It's brand new. Tell us more about this.
We sure do. Maximizing Retirement. It's Joel Johnson, our managing partner's newest book. It really addresses the 6 key building blocks to financial success in retirement planning.
Get it today. BetterMoneyBoston.com.